overlapping audio. It's gonna be awesome. No, terrible intro.
Probably one of your best.
Hello and welcome to the WIP, the What If podcast that's a work in progress. I am your host, Big Tuna, the Slim James, joined by my man, Solid White Albacore, Andrew the Giant,
Yo!
Chunk Light, Beezy,
Yeah.
and Dolphin Safe. It's the franchise.
Woo.
So we're coming to you live, not live, from Boston, Massachusetts, as we've attended the Boston Comic Con today. How did you guys enjoy the con activities?
I don't know about the activities, because I didn't really go to any panels or anything, but
We didn't
Yeah,
just sort of
any-
walked around, got a
Yeah.
lot of signatures.
Yeah, well, I got a lot of signatures off the list. Got a lot of my my single issues I wanted to pick up for like $1 each, taken care of. So that's fun. And yeah, when it's like not San Diego Comic Con and they're previewing movies, really all the panels here are just like, oh yeah, what's it like to work on Captain America? Oh, it's nice. Oh yeah. So it's like, am I gonna wait in line to hear? Oh yeah, you gotta really try hard to do writing.
That sounds exciting.
I got other stuff to do, mainly pick up, dollar issues of Marvel 2-in-1.
and walk aimlessly around.
Sure.
Yes,
Sure.
and be, a cost.
Amongst the 20,000.
Yeah, 20,000 strong, waiting in a line that wrapped like almost the entire circumference of the building. Chock full of cosplayers, including Deadpools, Fat Harley Quinns, Fat Poison Ivies.
Chamber.
Fat naked chicks.
One chamber.
Shout out to Chamber.
Yeah,
Chamber.
there was one chamber, and then more Deadpools and some Doctor Who too.
Lots of Doctor Who.
Like when I was trying to find my way to the building, just follow the Doctor Who's. Oh, there's a friggin' what do you call it? Fez.
Doctor Who.
Follow the Fez.
Yeah, I'm surprised how popular Doctor Who is. There's tons of TARDISes and different doctors and
Did you get your
stuff.
picture taken in the TARDIS?
Not to
No,
mention the phone
tomorrow.
booth, the TARDIS, as it's called.
which I did mention.
It's not a phone booth, though. It's a police box.
It's
Yeah.
a police
Police
box.
call.
Yeah, well, there should have an American version where it's like just a blue mailbox. You just jump in the
Oh, it's
mailbox.
a red box.
Bell Atlantic phone booth.
Yeah.
It's not even a phone booth. It's just the payphone like
AT&T.
little box thing you sort of lean into to get some privacy.
Sure.
And it's got the phone book attached by the metal cable. Yank it.
Yeah.
That was a cool wall because we had the Vigo painting in the back.
Yeah,
Throwing
I saw
up-
some guy just grinning ear to ear,
throwing
posing
up-
with it.
Throwing up some Ghostbusters too.
The
for a bit.
Ghostbusters of New Hampshire.
Easily the second best Ghostbusters movie of all
Sure,
time.
absolutely.
Because it took everything you liked and replaced it with pink slime.
Did you see the Tony Stark walking around playing music the whole time?
I saw Tony Stark, who had a little too much salt for his pepper. I don't know if... I don't know if he was just a guy who was like poorly dyed his hair, but it was bad. It was like when I sprayed my hair white to be an old man in like junior year of college.
There was a guy, did you see the Mandarin? He was at one of the booths.
Oh, the one that looked like he was
Yeah,
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, that's
He
pretty
actually
good.
Made it look.
I would have rather
He had the
seen
big robe and everything. Yeah.
10 Rings Mandarin from the Iron Man cartoons.
Yes, green
No.
skin for some reason.
Ben Kingsley Mandarin with the aviators and ponytail.
Yeah, but if you had Iron Man cartoon Mandarin, then he can pal around with MODOK. So, and Whirlwind.
Everybody likes MODOK.
Exactly.
We were watching Superhero Squad or something.
Yeah.
And Wyatt started liking MODOK, but then he found out that he was a bad guy. He doesn't like him anymore.
Well,
he told me MODOK was his favorite, and then we watched like Avengers Assemble or something, and MODOK is clearly the bad guy, and he told me he didn't like him anymore.
well, MODOK's a joke, but it's a joke like even Marvel's in on, because like he gets played in mug form, and
Absolutely.
cartoons. He's in a lot of cartoons, and like he's in like Capcom versus Marvel if he's in a fighting game. Just think about that for a second. But like, so it's like, if I really want to go against the grain and be a hipster, Forearm is where it's at, because he's got 4 arms. Huh? Huh?
Yeah.
And I got a
Similar
toy.
to Goro on Mortal Kombat.
I actually think he might have beat
Been before.
before Goro, so
Absolutely.
think about it.
So Goro is like Forearm
Exactly.
from Marvel.
From
Yeah.
Marvel.
He's got 4 arms. Even though his name isn't spelled forearm, it's spelled forearm.
Yeah, which is stupid.
F-O-R.
That's way more plausible when it's written.
Fore arm.
Uh-huh. Which
Sure.
you'd think that with a name like Forearm, he'd have Popeye-like super strength.
Yes.
Sure.
So he has 4 arms, but are they all normal strength?
Yes.
Well,
It seems pretty lame. Like,
He has no actual power.
exactly.
still really heavy, guys.
The
I
strength
can't pick it up.
Well,
the
you know,
strength of 2 men.
My back really hurts from carrying around these extra arms.
Yeah, his back is still the same.
Yeah, how can you pick up anything? Like,
does he have extra shoulder blades?
Yeah.
he has to put
Still
on
has
twice as
the
much
back.
deodorant.
This is so this diatribe on Forearm was supposed to be for a separate episode, but you know what? I managed to find the action figure, so let's just go whole hog.
Get it?
Forearm, real name Michael McCain, first appeared in New Mutants '86, which I haven't been able to find floating around this con because it might have a Cable like cameo before his first appearance, which means it's rare, but I haven't seen it even at for sale expensive, so bullshit. Give me my goddamn New Mutants '86. So apparently he died. Forearm did.
Oh.
But don't worry, because he came back for no reason. They didn't explain it. He
It
just
doesn't matter.
You
exactly.
don't have to explain.
Apparently he died in like
Comics.
some sort of underground fighting tournament. So he's a flunky villain.
So
So
Mortal Kombat.
exactly.
Nice.
Where he
Dun, dun,
died.
dun, 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 dun. Johnny Cage punched him right in the nuts,
Oh.
threw him off a cliff or whatever.
Rude.
But he came back. But then he lost his powers in M Day.
What are his powers?
Wait, what are his powers?
Well, apparently he
He
does
lost
have
2 arms?
some super strength.
Of 2 men.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Twice as
Literally,
strength.
literally, he has super strength, but it's just the strength of 2 normal men. But
It just seems so cumbersome. How do
But
you
if
wear
he
a
lo-
shirt?
if he loses his power, well, he like,
Never
just wears
do.
like 2 strappy
You
things.
never wear a shirt.
Like suspenders?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, but if he lost his powers, does he still keep the arms, or do they just wither away like little husks?
Well,
Because they're not like you can tell me that like Nightcrawler teleporting is a power because it's like it could be like a metabolic process. He needs to eat food to be able to do it, but Forearm's arms have already grown, so he doesn't need mutant powers to keep having 4 arms. They're there.
no, but at the end of M Day,
Uh-huh.
I remember reading a comic where the Blob lost his powers. He's just a skinny little guy with tons of skin hanging all off his body. All his weight was gone.
Aw.
Just the skin was left.
That's
And he
cool.
was
Alright,
trying to
so-
kill himself, but he couldn't cut through all
So
the
So
he's-
skin.
forearm would have 2
Two,
little limp,
yeah,
No bones, just
no
Yeah,
bone
atrophy.
arms. Yeah.
T-Rex arms.
Maybe he had like a twin in the womb that he absorbed.
Oh my god.
Just
So
his
he's
arms were left.
absorbing,
That's all it
man.
is.
So, and you guys are, at least some of you are familiar with Skin from Generation X.
Was that the one who could take off his?
No, he's stretchy.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Husk.
Ah, Husk.
She could like take off her
Not to be
skin
confused
and
with
she would
Tusk.
have different power underneath.
But yeah, so there's
Fair.
Skin, who can stretch his skin. So Forearm plus Skin equals Foreskin.
How many skins?
Or skin.
Just the one, but
Foreskin.
it's stretchy.
Oh.
That's the right spelling at least.
Looking forward to day 2 of the Comic-Con tomorrow.
Hopefully it won't be as
Busy.
crazy packed. You can actually move around.
It should be a bit.
Yeah.
The
Less
beginning of
crowded.
today was fucking retarded. Wall to wall, you couldn't move around. Towards the end, it was a little bit easier. That's why I spent most of the first half of the day just wandering aimlessly. I didn't want to try to get
A lot of
into lines.
a lot of fat people that smell like salt and vinegar chips. I mean, they smell like salt and vinegar. I mean,
Listen,
constant sweat, just stank. You know,
absolutely. All these people.
brutal. Like,
Take care of yourself.
Cabbage, just fucking cabbage smell everywhere.
Sauerkraut.
Like you can like comic books, but why do you have
Boiled-
to be a shitbag?
boiled
Why do you
dinner.
have to be fat and gross? Like we sit
And the-
down, none of us are fat and disgusting.
Well, the thing is
Fair
too,
enough.
is like if you're in those costumes, a lot of them cover your entire body, and it's summertime, as the Fresh Prince would say.
Yeah.
So you're gonna smell because you straight up sweat.
Especially if you were waiting outside in line for 3 hours.
Yeah, the line wasn't
Sucks
that
to
bad,
be
but
you.
you did
Absolutely.
get some sun. I talked to Jimmy Palmiotti, nice fella.
He's a good boy.
Uh huh.
Good egg.
He
Call his mother.
he agreed that I probably collect too many What If comics, but
As did Klaus.
yeah,
Didn't
they
That
yeah
seems to be
he
a pattern.
he gave me the auger. Yeah, but you know I managed to get What If Avengers versus X-Men #1 signed by Jimmy Palmiotti, Jorge Molina, and Norman Lee. So artist, inker, writer. So boom, shakalaka, and some original art
For
signed.
3.
Exactly, it's literally full 3. So all in all, I got like all the heavy lifting out of the way today. So I can actually just caterwaul about, just swinging a cane, just go find a Monopoly Man costume.
But I was never too worried about, like,
Or
like,
Willy Wonka.
worried about getting signatures to begin with, so just aimlessly wandering around for 2 days. If I say, oh, that guy doesn't have a line, I'll jump in and get his signature this time.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I did laps, come back
Yeah.
around,
Yeah.
and find somebody. So that was today.
That was it.
Segue.
I didn't see
Insert
any
segue. Guardians of the Galaxy came out. You haven't seen it yet. The Giant.
No.
We won't do any too much spoilers, but Chris Pratt is wonderful as Star-Lord.
Wonderful. Just wonderful.
Batista is Drax the Destroyer.
Tisa blew me away. That acting, I didn't expect it.
I'm sure.
You sound sarcastic.
Hey,
No, but I'm not. I'm not sarcastic. That's the thing. He really did a much better job than I was expecting.
Oh, there you go. Good.
I mean, granted, his thing was that he took everything literally and was sort of like
Yeah.
not dumb, but like very plain. So he's got that going for him. But
It wasn't a hard job.
speaking of Batista, let me just tell you the ballad of Batista this year in WWE. So Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out, right? So he's like, oh, I'm gonna be like The Rock. The Rock came back for 2 WrestleManias and main evented, just like blowing past everybody. He's like, no, I gotta wrestle John Cena, be in the main event. You chumps just freaking deal with it. Sorry, Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder, suck it.
Yeah, you guys.
Exactly. So they think, all right, well, we'll just replicate that success with Batista because he's a movie star now. Except no, they booed him to the point where the chant of Bootista caught on. Everyone just chanted Bootista. Now the reason why is because he got shoehorned into the main event picture over Daniel Bryan, who's a hard-working, undersized guy in there day in, day out. And like he was the people's choice, and they're like, no, do Batista. He's a big muscly guy. He's a movie star. He's awesome. And they're like, no, Batista.
Sure. He doesn't have the half of the charisma as The Rock anyway.
Exactly.
Not even close.
So they had to
Batista's cooking.
they had to call an audible, and then so he was made to be a bad guy instead. And
Good. Fuck him.
and at the very end of his run, he came out dressed with like blue sleeves, so he's Sleeve-tista,
Oh shit.
and he looked like Mega Man.
Fair.
So he left, and I think he's going to come back soon to promote Guardians of the Galaxy some more and be on WWE TV. But hopefully be a good guy this time, because otherwise, like, see my movie. Boo!
Sleeve Tista.
Exactly. So we got our Star-Lord and our Drax the Destroyer and Gamora.
Like
And-
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, where's Sodom?
What does he do?
You don't want to know his power.
He can fit into tight spaces.
You never see him coming.
Gross. Groot in the role Vin Diesel was born to play, and Rocket Raccoon, who I will say is much better than you'd think, because Bradley Cooper plays it as a tough New Yorker accent, but it's not super annoying. Like, it's actually, I didn't mind watching it.
That's a good reason.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Glowing review.
it can be to the point where it's like, you put
I
up your
didn't mind
dukes,
watching
you
it.
mook.
Yeah.
But it was actually, like, he actually talked like a person. But he was a raccoon, man. Think about it. Anthropomorphization.
Speaking of that,
Uh-huh.
I don't want to. They might have already seen it, or they might have.
Honestly, I really don't care.
I don't want to
Because-
give any spoilers out there to all our
Preach it.
listeners.
Preach it.
Well,
The
then
only
all
one
you
I'm
have to
concerned
jump.
Well,
with
by
is
the time we
turning-
get this edited and up, it'll be a couple weeks, so
Because
don't worry about
whether
it.
I hear spoilers from you I will hear them somewhere else, whether it be the internets or
I'm
from
mostly
other
excited
people.
about
Well,
the
you just
Ninja
spoil it.
Turtles anyway.
Yeah.
More than I am anything right now.
Are you going to spoil the very end?
Yeah. Well, like
don't
the,
you don't
the
need
end
to worry.
credit scene.
You don't need to worry about spoiling for that because as soon as I saw it, I'm like, damn it, Turner. You said it was awesome for a completely different reason than what I anticipated it was going to be awesome.
I wanna know
well,
now.
The ending was the best, and I am probably more excited than anyone else in this room right now about the ending.
Then just go ahead.
Please
So,
say it.
all right.
I'm excited.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers, yeah. Stop
Guys-
listening.
guys,
if you don't
spoilers.
want to hear
For good,
spoilers.
and don't come back.
So at the end, they go to the collector, Benicio del Toro.
Being
he
he's
plays a
collecting.
big part in the movie. He
Yes.
collects stuff.
Collecting.
But there's an accident, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it goes to him at the end, and he's sort of sitting around his place, getting his face licked by a dog. And it pans over to a character in the Marvel Universe, hasn't been seen on the big screen in, 25 years? Easily. None other than Mr. Howard the Duck. Straight from Duck World.
Seriously?
Sipping a drink. Didn't have a cigar in his hand, though, I don't think.
Kids
Um,
movie.
For real?
Yes.
For real.
Howard the
the Duck. Now, people on the internet have been saying, oh, they're going to make a new Howard the Duck movie and implement him into the Avengers and everything, and he's going to have the Infinity Gauntlet.
There's-
That's a load of crap, obviously.
It's actually just one review that I saw, and it was the worst thing ever. Because he has terrible Kenny G hair and like puffy bangs
Kenny
and
G.
and a spit curl.
We're going to link to that video, too.
No way.
We'll put a link up.
Yeah, and he's like, well, they've like, he didn't know what the word anthropomorphic was. He's like, if they're animals and they look like people, and like they implemented Howard the Duck, could he play a huge role? And then in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, no, it's a fucking joke. It's a joke. Like, I'm like, oh, are they gonna make a collector movie where he goes on eBay? It's like, oh, I'd like that.
Seriously?
But yeah, so
What is Howard? Why the fuck?
Howard the Duck's just
It was the
amazing.
He was the first Marvel movie, wasn't it?
Well,
yeah, I think so.
well, I don't know. There might have been like a Captain America or Thor.
Those were technically TV
Oh,
movies.
yeah.
I think that was the first
And it wasn't
movie.
What
by
is
Marvel.
Howard the Duck's power?
And-
I don't
No,
even
he's
know.
from Duck World, which is an
Ooh.
alternate universe Earth where
Yeah.
everyone is a duck.
Is Darkwing around there?
No,
or-
unfortunately,
How do
no
you
duck.
know? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I know all things Howard the Duck. My new
Well, now that
obsession.
Disney is owned by
You
Marvel,
know the
or sorry,
entire population of Duck World.
now that Marvel is
Darkwing
owned,
Duck's not on there.
Marvel is
Don't.
owned by Disney,
Well, bushwhack.
you can bushroot.
Bushwhack.
But
But you
but yeah.
knew what I was
All right,
talking
Disney,
about.
Darkwing Duck.
yeah,
Disney,
so
Darkwing
Duckburg
Darkwing
in Duck
Duck,
World.
DuckTales.
Dark.
Yeah.
Woo!
Exactly.
Darkwing
It
Duck
all comes from
versus
Gizmo
Howard the
Duck.
Duck.
Yes.
And Gizmo.
What about
And
Daffy?
Launchpad.
Are you gonna throw Daffy in there?
Oh, that's WD.
No.
Yeah.
Donald
No.
Duck. Donald Duck's Disney.
Yeah, what?
Oh.
Yeah, now we're gonna
Daffy's-
see at the end of
Whatever,
Batman
that's
vs
weird as
Superman:
shit.
Dawn of Justice, a Daffy Duck cameo.
So we're just gonna have a fucking.
But it's rabbit season.
So we're just gonna have a duck movie.
Donald.
we're not gonna
Donald,
have that.
Howard, Darkwing.
Just
And the
throw 'em all-
DuckTales.
Yeah.
A woohoo!
Yeah. All of them.
and possibly some girl doing duck face.
Yeah.
Who are the three little ducks?
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Launchpad McQuack.
Quack Pack.
Launchpad.
You guys remember Quack Pack,
Yeah,
where they were radical teenagers?
absolutely.
Hey man, I'm a slacker. Oh, that's fucking cool. You know, go hang out with PJ and Max. With your mid '90s
Goof
Disney
Troop.
shit.
Which is the Goof Troop.
Yeah, just get out of here. And so anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy. They also got Glenn Close and John C. Reilly, so deal with that.
There's a lot of big names in that one.
Exactly. And you know, as we've mentioned, Benicio del Toro as the collector, collecting.
And who is Thanos?
Oh, Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
He pops in as Thanos.
Yeah, I saw that before. That was already on the internet before that movie was even out.
But it definitely looks like they're going Infinity Gauntlet all the way. I mean,
Oh,
we've been saying
absolutely.
that since they started showing stuff like the Tesseract and
Why
stuff.
wouldn't they?
But now they really called them Infinity Gems
Yep.
in this movie, so...
Guys, spoilers.
Well,
Spoil! Oh, I thought everyone-
So
that's not really a spoiler.
I will say that
And if you're upset by that, sorry.
Why are you
Right
listening
off.
to this?
Ridiculous.
Fuck right off.
so what I'm trying to say is
Who's even listening to this?
hey, we have
I
like
am.
we have like one fan
I know
who's
I'm
like
listening.
Who's
my
the guy
last
with
couple
the gems in his hand. That's the
Thanos.
guy,
That's
right?
Yeah,
Thanos.
he's got the
And
gauntlet.
then he's got the gauntlet.
He's
That's
got
the
6
thing.
gems.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's get it going.
that's what we're talking about.
Fucking right.
Thanos.
Don't
Thanos.
drop that shit.
So I'm
How
gonna.
do you pronounce it?
Faint.
Yeah.
People, I've heard people.
I think in the movie it's
multiple pronounci-
Thanos.
I say
But I've
Thanos.
always said Thanos since I was a wee youngin.
I always
So
said Thanos.
Yeah, people. Thanos.
Scrooge McDuck. We forgot about
Thanos.
Scrooge McDuck.
What?
We forgot about Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, diving into a.
I've
Vat
never
of pennies.
forgot. I've never forgotten.
Smells like dirty copper.
And there's the bad guys for the movie, the Beagle Boys.
woohoo.
Really. How'd they get into Duck World?
Well, it's
There's
also
another trans-dimensional man thing.
exactly.
Open the dimensional gateways.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if we have Howard the Duck floating around, then we need Man Thing because they're like best buds.
Well, they were owned by the same company, right? Wasn't the Man Thing movie done by
I don't think so.
Lucasfilm? No.
No, that was Lion. I think it is Lionsgate,
It was
and a
an L
shitty,
something.
shitty sci-fi direct movie. So just think about that. So
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is a different type of movie because in the Avengers, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, and Iron Man have all had their own origin movies.
Mm-hmm.
So in this, it's a lot more of like I say a traditional movie where like, hey, I'm character and this is my backstory in one sentence.
Word.
Oh, hey, what's up, character? And I'll just explain to this other character what your backstory is. We're going to planet where they have a world capital that's located in one place. So when you attack the planet, you just attack one city.
Right.
That sort of sci-fi stuff.
And all the planets have the same gravity.
Yes.
Because it would be a horrible movie. You just land on a planet and just die because you got
Absolutely.
crushed.
Right. But they all have oxygen. You
Yeah.
can breathe on all
Yeah,
of them.
because like
Every planet.
that sort
Seems
of that sort of
legit.
thing is like if you landed on Earth, you wouldn't be like, oh man, it's Earth. It'd be like, oh, it's America and Afghanistan and Russia and fucking Ukraine and you guys are all just fucking fighting each other. But you go to in like a sci-fi movie, the fucking planet inhabitants are all like one race that are like, oh my god, we need to attack another planet.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's like in Watchmen, not the movie, but the actual book.
Uh-huh.
That's the whole idea. Is like if you know that there's other planets, then everyone on your planet sort of has peace with each other, and you can team up against other planets. So you're
Except
not killing
humans,
each
because
other.
we.
Yeah.
Except us, because
Humans
We're
fuck
shit.
everything up.
Because we're shit.
we're the worst race in the galaxy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially white people. We
We're
took
not the-
America.
For the record,
Not
we're
us,
not
we're not.
black.
Yeah.
We are dissing our own race, for
Yeah.
the record.
Well, just look at what we did to America. We came over and we were like, oh, it's so pretty. Let's
Kill
just
everybody.
just kill everybody.
Fuck 'em
We're just
all.
gonna take everything
Absolutely.
and give you McDonald's.
Hey,
It's
those
fine
people
now.
have oil. Let's go take it.
Yoink.
All right.
You guys can go live in this little area over here.
We'll
So
give you a little bit of money
and the
Casino.
and some alcohol.
and the main villain of Guardians of the Galaxy is Ronan the Accuser. It's just some Kree guy. If you had told me when I was a wee child that reading these space comics, being like, what is this, and that Ronan the Accuser would be the main villain in a movie, I'd told you you're full of shit and that you're dumb and they would never ever make this movie in a million years.
And that would be rude.
Exactly.
Is Ronan a Japanese
Children.
You'd probably get
character?
spanked
No.
because you were a wee
Well,
lad.
isn't Ronan?
It's Ronan.
Oh, Ronan.
Ronan.
Okay, fucking
No,
right.
it's like Conan O'Brien, Conan
Sure,
O'Brien, you know.
sure.
Yeah, but that's spelled
But
the
it's
same.
Conan.
Yeah, well, Ronan. Is,
Ronan and Ronan are not spelled the same.
No,
but
so it's
you
not
could
like
pronounce
that.
it different.
So it's not
You could
like
pronounce it
that.
different.
Ronan.
Ronan?
The Kree are horrible unless you're showing the supreme intelligence. Which
That's
is just
true,
The
'cause
big
I thought
floating head in the jar.
Zordon?
No.
Yes, inspiration for Zordon. It turns out that
Crag? There's a lot of floating heads in jars here.
most of,
Futurama.
most of Futurama. So it's funny. Perhaps I don't want to say it's too funny, Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm not a laugh out louder. I'm a chuckle quietly to myselfer, and I need to deal with theaterful assholes going every 5 seconds. So ultimately, it's not that I don't like the movie; it's that I don't like people, especially people enjoying themselves. Fuck right off.
Next
So
subject.
if you like this, fuck right off.
Next subject. People suck.
All
Next
of that.
segue. I had some news coming out of the San Diego Comic Con. Basically, Ant-Man images, the like concept art or whatever. Rugless,
Rudless?
Paul
It
Rudd,
had no rudder?
Michael Douglas, and Ant-Man.
Who is Paul Rudd playing?
Scott Lang?
Scott Lang.
Alright.
Ant-Man's coming out with a movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
Or
has two
there is a
Ant-Man in
movie
it.
coming out with Ant-Man?
No, Ant-Man
It's
is
his movie.
making a movie.
It's not like he's just in the Avengers movie. It's him.
Yeah, and then we get a Guardians of the
And all he
Galaxy
does
sequel.
is get big, yes?
Because that's the plan.
And small.
Giant Man gets big.
Ant-Man gets little.
It never gets small again.
You mean Ant-Man doesn't get big and small?
No.
Well, technically, yes, but
Well, I thought
no.
that was just.
Well, no,
Well,
he just gets
well,
When he's
normal.
little, he gets big.
Well,
Ant-Man
he
gets
does get
Ant-Man-
normal size.
Ant-Man gets normal
big.
size and small, that's it?
Henry Pym gets big and small. And then other people get big or small.
I think
They
now
get
he
back.
can do
Tom
both.
Hanks gets big.
I'm pretty sure now he could be Giant Man and Ant-Man.
Yeah, but
Without having, like,
technically
change
all of them
costumes,
get big
but-
and small.
So when Ant-Man gets small, does he have super strength or is he just
I think he has
small and
a-
shitty?
He has the normal strength of a man, but he's tiny, so it's...
So it's a lot of strength in like a small little area. Instead of getting punched with a full fist, he's getting like a needle.
jamming it. Ah!
So
Busting
what-
ankles.
What is his use?
He
in
can
it?
talk to ants.
Yeah.
All right.
In the very first
In-
event.
Well,
Eyes
there's a reason why
rides them.
originally Ant-Man quickly became Giant Man, because they're like, oh wait.
We went the wrong way.
Yeah.
No, but he saved the day in the first Avengers comic.
Save
He
the
trapped.
day.
He talked to ants, which like dug a burrow under Loki and trapped him in the dirt.
The ants did?
That was the end of the first Avengers comic
So
book
a
ever.
god
Yeah,
fell in a hole
because of ants,
and he got stuck.
And that's
Ah.
Seems real.
All right, we're
I
down
mean,
here.
you know, he's a god, but
They're
a
ants.
hole in the ground can really fuck you up.
My God has a hammer.
Jesus Christ. Next subject.
Jesus Christ.
King James.
The end.
This version of Guardians of the Galaxy is something that they brewed up recently. I want the real Guardians of the Galaxy, the friggin' shitty ones that are floating around since they just appear in any 70s Marvel issue. You got your Vance Astro, Charlie 27, Martin X, Starhawk. And so, luckily for you guys, I came up with fantasy casting for this real Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Well, thank
Oh,
Oh, shoot.
shit.
Vince
Nice
Vaughn
work.
as Vance Astro. Martin Lawrence as Martin X. Ethan Hawke as Starhawk. And Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny as Charlie 27. Of course, you could also go Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen as Martin X and Charlie 27. But like Martin X, he looks like Iceman, but he's made of crystal. It's like glass.
But not water crystal.
No,
Okay.
and not crystal from the Inhumans.
I haven't
Crystal
se-
meth?
I haven't heard.
It's a Breaking Bad.
I haven't heard of any of these guys that you're speaking of.
Well, just look at the slideshow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that guy. Yes, I know who that is.
Yeah, we don't get. I don't feel like paying for Wi-Fi, so I can't show you on the internet.
Sure, I know those guys.
$20 for 1 day of internet. What is this, Africa?
And $30 to park. This place is ridiculous.
By the way, we're staying at the Hilton at the
Although-
Logan Airport.
Although it
Boston.
looks pretty badass when you're
Recognize.
walking around.
Yeah.
If you had a suite, you'd
It's
have
pretty
it,
sweet.
You'd have it made.
It's like you're Zach
if you
and
have
Cody.
a maid, it would be sweet.
Yeah, but come on. Even if you're staying here, you still have to pay $30 to park.
I would say even if you're staying here, you still have to pay for Wi-Fi. Like, what?
And breakfast.
And the
Just
pool.
give me like this is an expensive hotel.
There is a pool?
Oh, it's a pool, but it's just a lap pool, so it's only 4 feet deep the whole way,
Ooh.
and it's pretty. It's
Wow.
about
So
as
we
wide
should
as
just
this
go
room.
walk back and forth. Waiting
Okay.
pool.
That's it. That's the pool.
Oh, we could have foot races. So
Next
you know,
subject.
because of this,
Martin X.
Guardians of the Galaxy, it features the Nova Corps,
Mm-hmm.
not actual Nova the hero on Earth, but Nova Corps.
Well, they're all called Nova.
Yeah. So you're gonna assume that probably Nova might be.
There's rumors of casting already.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's always Nathan
Nathan
Fillion.
Fillion.
Yeah,
For every-
this
Benedict
this is
Cumberbatch.
rumors. No, he's rumored
Ethan
for
Hawke.
Doctor Strange. Cumberbund.
Cumberbatch.
And Tom Hardy.
Uh huh.
He's in
Which
it.
I think he would make a terrible Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Who was it down? Well, Johnny Depp, Tom Hardy. And
Tom
Benedict
Hardy would
Cumber-
only be good for muscly type characters.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah, you
Cumberbatch
can't go
would
from plain-
make a fantastic Doctor Strange.
No.
I think he could You can do that.
Do it, but
No.
you can't go from Bane to Doctor Strange.
No, you can't. That doesn't make
I
sense. Nobody had anything to say.
Exactly.
Damn true.
Silence.
Damn true.
Look at that waveform. So since he's in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, or roughly featured, he's going to be the subject of our What If for this What If podcast. Yeah, we're getting to it.
Oh, we're actually doing one.
What if?
Yeah.
What
So
was that
you gotta
intro?
figure. Yeah.
Half hour.
Well, when I edit it down, it'll be a solid 25 minutes.
I have a question
Yeah.
about Nova.
Uh huh.
Isn't Nova the last one? Didn't his whole planet like blow up and he's now the only Nova? I
I
thought that.
maybe. Listen.
Okay. Thanks for that answer.
All I know is
Get it.
all I know is his beginnings, not his ends, because it goes on and on. And really, in comic books, it's never the end.
There's no end. Yeah.
Nova, real name Richard Ryder, or as his friends in college called him, Dick Ryder.
Oh! Because you know he did.
First appeared in Nova #1, September
What a
1976.
great place for him to appear first.
Yeah, spectacular
Nova
new here.
#1.
So Richard
Was
Nova.
Spider-Man in that issue?
No, although it does say on the cover, like in the tradition of Spider-Man, so we at least get his name on
Oh,
there.
alright.
Actually, it might even have his face on it, like
They
it's
always
like
do.
They
Spider-Man.
always do.
That little white box at the bottom.
Yeah, they always have. 50th anniversary.
So
Spider-Man picture.
Richard Ryder's a kind of scrawny teen. He gets picked on.
Yeah, that one.
Nova Centaurion is some Nova floating around in space. Apparently he's like paralyzed or something. He really dropped the ball. So
That was
he has to
rude.
he has
to
to
laugh at this paralyzed man.
he has to blast his powers through space to Earth and find someone at random. I have Nova #1 and I read it, and it is he says like, oh, randomly, and hope the person is worthy to wield the powers of Nova.
So it's like
a
Green
sh-
Lantern.
Yeah, so that's
Well,
what I'm saying.
luckily-
but completely random. Well, which kind of.
Luckily for Marvel, this random Earthling is white, American, and lives in New York City.
Oh, thank
So
That's the average person on Earth.
exactly.
How-
So I never really cared for Nova because
Catholic.
he's a generic spaceman with power blasts, you
you.
know,
Shoot stuff.
his stupid helmet. He's got a stupid helmet. Apparently he's part of the Nova Corps, where there's a lot of Novas.
So it's like Green
Like
Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like Green
Green
Lantern,
Lantern Corps.
but probably with better costumes, but worse powers. So our issue for today is: what if Volume 1, number 15? What if Nova were 4 other people, or 4 separate people, or
He'd
one
be-
person 4 times?
Well,
It's 4 tails.
be
It's
the-
not 4 people.
He'd be the Nova Corps. He'd be
Fantastic.
What if
Nova.
he-
He'd be
Four.
four members of the Nova Corps.
Isn't there a herald named Nova? Frankie Nova? Wasn't she a herald of Galactus for a while?
Bossa Nova.
Oh yeah,
Cat-
Frankie
Chevy-
Nova.
Chevy Nova.
Frankenstein Casanova from Mystery Man?
Oh
You
yeah,
guys don't
okay.
remember Frankenstein Casanova?
It's
It's the 15th year anniversary of Mystery Men this summer, so do yourselves a favor and go watch it.
it had the stretch Corvette limousine,
Yep.
so it sure did. And Janine Garofalo.
And the spleen.
And Kel
Yep.
Mitchell. That's his name, right?
You can only turn invisible if you don't look at him.
What if Nova were 4 other people? Nova was chosen at random, so this makes sense as a setup. The cover shows Thing, Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, Red Skull, Kingpin, Doctor Doom, and the Sphinx teaming up to kill Nova.
Wait, from Mystery Men, the Sphinx.
No, not
He's terribly mysterious.
From Power Rangers?
no. That's King Sphincter.
Oh.
From Egypt?
Exactly.
The whole big stone Sphinx.
Yes.
Because I have no idea who the Sphinx is.
Well, I'll get to him. So our first one, Helen Taylor, some woman whose husband gets shot. Nova power possesses her. She gets some vengeance going on. So she's like a space ghost rider. Nova power plus vengeance equals fucking up the Kingpin and then fighting the Fantastic Four.
What?
And
Who's
so-
this bitch? Wait, who's this bitch?
Lady Nova, who's like, you killed my husband. Fuck you, Kingpin.
Space-
Pow, power blast.
Space Ghost Rider.
It's not actually Space Ghost Rider. It's just
She
the word
rides-
vengeance.
Space
She
Ghost,
rides
Coast to Coast
Space
Rider.
Ghost.
Oh. So yeah, Mr. Fantastic puts her in the negative zone. You can't
Wait,
just
shit.
negative zone your problems away, Reed. Damn it.
Now she and Annihilus are going to meet up.
She's gonna be so. Annihilus is gonna be so pissed.
No Vilus.
How many people do you have just fucking tossed in the
Floating
negative
around.
zone?
Our
Oh,
next.
this guy just caught me in line. Negative zone.
Fucking Reed. Great power comes great responsibility, Reed. Didn't Spider-Man teach you anything?
Those 300 people ahead of us in line at Comic Con.
Negative zone.
Absolutely.
So our next, Jesse.
The
Last,
body-
the
last
body.
name.
Buddy Ventura.
No, and it's not Uncle Jesse.
Christopolis.
It's a homeless black guy. Same diff.
Oh.
So,
Spano.
So it is Uncle Jesse.
yeah.
Jesse Spano.
His pet's cat name is Chitlin. I think that's. I'm pretty sure that's racist. It's weird. I don't know if he gets the Nova powers, but he finds the outfit lying around, and he doesn't put it on immediately. He goes to a orphanage, and they're like, "Oh, you're homeless. Just come in." We'll...
To an orphanage?
Yeah, it's Christmas time. Well, he's riffraff, street rat. I don't buy that.
Yeah.
Just a little bread, guys.
So his pet's cat name is racist.
Chitlin.
Shit.
Chief Chitwood.
Shout out to the Portland Police Department.
Circa 1997. Hooty hoo! So he finds the Nova suit and doesn't put it on. So the Skrulls are tracking this Nova power.
As they do.
Because, you know, Skrulls be Skrulling. Because the Skrulls come down, Jesse has to Nova up, fight the Skrulls on their spaceship, and he sacrifices himself to blow it up in space, creating a North Star. So it's a very special Christmas quarter of this What If issue. What is happening?
Sweet Christmas.
Yeah, the second story in a What If is a Christmas thing. That'll get the spirit going.
Sure.
Peter Parker. I don't know if you heard of him. He
Picked a pile of pickled
Spintermensch. Yeah, Peter Parker picked a pile of pickled peppers.
Fuck him.
So on this world, the spider bite had more radiation than would give you superpowers. Instead, it just paralyzed him.
Now he's cancer.
So yeah, there's a lot of paralysis in the Nova lore.
Wow.
So actually, it says more radiation than he could metabolize. So I guess
Well, how
You-
much can you metabolize?
it's what I'm saying. And Aunt May dies from stress. So Peter Parker is pissed.
Wait, does
And-
Uncle Ben still die?
No.
Okay.
Stress is not a cause of death.
She's like old. Oh, my heart. I got the
Natural-
vapors. So Pee-Pee gets the Nova powers.
Who?
Pee-Pee.
Peter Parker picked
Penis-
a pile of pick of peppers.
Penis
Like a
particles.
shitty Christopher Walken impression. Peter Piper.
Well, we saw Run. Oh, you saw Run DMC or DMC.
DMC.
Saw Run.
Of
Yeah.
Run DMC.
Yeah, Peter Parker picked the pickled peppers. Because that's an intro to one of their songs. Hey, it's him.
Hey, guy.
Yeah. So Beezy met
Legend.
DMC, said, "Hey, it's him." Looked at him and go, "Good."
And he said, yeah,
Yeah.
that's me.
Hey, it's him. Yeah.
It's me.
So because Peter Parker has the Nova powers, he foils the robbery that would have killed Uncle Ben, deflects the bullet off of his Novalicious body, and kills the robber. So Peter Parker is just killing everybody. Aunt May, the robber. So he swears off being a hero and awaits investigation for the burglar's death because he's like, "Yo, guys, I did it. Guilty as charged."
Wait, so he's admitting, yeah, the bullet bounced off my chest and killed him.
Yeah. Well, he was already mopey because Aunt May died, and then he's like, "I killed this guy." So great power, great responsibility.
No,
But
so
he didn't kill him. Like,
Well,
the guy
self-defense.
shot him.
He was mopey. He wants to be arrested. Maybe he'll just kill somebody so he can be legit arrested.
Okay, I hope so. Hope he mans up.
Some guy
Kill someone.
gets the Nova powers in our last of this quadrant of Novalicious tales.
are these all
guy.
are these all four separate stories,
Yes.
or are these saying okay?
Yeah, it doesn't
They're
bounce
saying all of
around.
these at the same time. Some lady, PP, some
Chitlin.
black
Jesse.
homeless man. Yes, Chitlin.
Chitwood.
So this is some guy, a cigar chewing villain, who was palling around with Dr. Doom,
Yeah, I'll say.
the Red Skull, and Sphinx.
Again?
Yes.
Grr.
They've killed every superhero on Earth because Nova's evil, and apparently he's the most powerful force on Earth.
Obviously.
Fuck right off.
Apparently, for this episode.
Yeah.
Fuck right off.
Oh, actually, it isn't necessarily Nova's powers. It's the Nova Centaurian's computer. It's got every superhero on Earth. Got my computers. So we'll kill them all with computers. But Nova kills Doctor Doom and Red Skull because they turn on each other because villains. But the Sphinx, he's upset. And he kills evil Nova. And he'll absorb the mind of every living thing or something. Which brings us to a good question. Who is the Sphinx? Because that would help it make a lot more sense.
Yep.
Absolutely.
He's an immortal Egyptian wizard.
Oh.
Anathnammut. And as far as I can tell, he's never crossed paths with En-Sabah-Nur, also ancient Egyptian mutant apocalypse.
Or Kang as Pharaoh.
Yeah, I thought he might.
Wasn't it?
I thought he might have been like another version of the Kang / Ramatut, the time traveler, but it's not. It's a different guy.
No.
He wants to die, but he's immortal, so he's probed. Shit.
Who was he? So he probes people.
Yeah,
He can't die, so he's going around.
He got his powers from
raving
the
mutants.
Castone, and he's immortal, but he wants to die. So in normal continuity, he probed Nova for the answer, but Nova resists, and eventually Galactus sends the Sphinx back in time in some sort of time loop to live his life in an infinite circle. Yeah, it makes sense. So, anywho, the twist ending to this Nova what if tale was that killing evil Nova is more ironic because Nova knows the secret to killing the Sphinx, but because the Sphinx killed him, he'll never have that secret. So, yeah, whatever became of Nova, well, he was in the totally awesome New Warriors, had a couple of,
Yeah, but
at least
Saturday
one
night.
golden shower
Sleeping.
#1 issue in the 90s.
He had a golden shower in the 90s.
Yeah. And, yeah,
Who didn't?
he's a...
R. Kelly was everywhere in the 90s. Can't get away.
Now he's trapped in the closet.
Oh.
So apparently the Nova Richard Rider died when the Cancerverse comics was destroyed by Thanos,
The fuck is the cancer?
and he was replaced by another one, Sam Alexander, with a snazzy blue helmet. So he's got that going for him. As a critique of that issue, art is serviceable. It's 4 short stories, so, you're not going to get too much substance to the writing. But I've seen stupider stuff. Although you sort of hit the ground running on the last one, so you need to sort of play catch up. And you need to know who the Sphinx is. Where's he at?
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, the end.
That's a
That's
good
it.
wrap up.
So, in closing, I will remind you to follow us on Twitter at the Slim James or at giant_size, theslimjames.com, giantsizecomicthings.com. The WIP What If podcast is on iTunes, on Stitcher, on YouTube, and on Vimeo. So go out there and find us. And remember, don't spend the rest of your life asking, what if?